Since it has been expanded to best of 7 through all 4 rounds, the fastest any team has ever won the Stanley Cup is 18 games. That means 2 losses. Right now, on current pace, the Avs are on pace for about 2.5 losses. So, don't freak out just yet. That's all I'm saying. Avs lose to the Vegas Golden Knights 3-2.
Oh my goodness gracious! Wasn't it time? Score! Justice is served!
The Avs take their first loss of the playoffs. Look, you knew it had to come eventually, and I'm not here to tell you that it really wasn't that bad. The Avs played pretty awful throughout the course of this game, and there's not really any excuse for that. They pretty squarely deserved to lose when it came to the way that the hockey was played. And yet, as a positive, they still had a very real chance to win this hockey game, squeak away with potentially another one. They, of course, came up a little bit short, but if the Avs can play this poorly and still keep themselves very closely in games, when they do figure it out and start to play better, I don't see how they struggle. Even with this game being a loss, it is absolutely a game of inches, as the Avs and also Vegas both hit a post in this game, so those counts continue to increase, and those don't count as shots on goal. The Avs did get outshot by more than double in this hockey game, which I think sums up the play. Top to bottom, the Avs just struggled. Vegas dominated possession, something we're used to seeing the Avs do. And if you count periods 2 and 3 from last game, there's now 5 straight periods of Vegas controlling this series. It's understandable to be a little bit concerned about that. But if we open up what we're looking at beyond the last 2 games, it's easy to forget quickly that the Avs won Game 1 of this series 7-1. We know this team is capable of playing better, and honestly, I expect them to play better for the rest of the series. Despite no one scoring any goals in the first period, I think it was probably the worst of the game for the Avs. They get outshot 3-14, which is big yikes territory. Now, a little bit of this was expected, right? It's the first game on home ice for Vegas in this series after going down 2. You knew they were going to give it everything they had, and they dominated the Avs when it came to the skaters. Thankfully, Philip Grubauer don't care. Philip Grubauer kept the Avs in this game, and despite them not pulling it out, the Avs have had a chance to win because of him. So far through this series, Grubauer has been not just excellent, he has been significantly better than his competition. Obviously better than Robin Lehner in Game 1. In Game 2, Fleury had a sub at 900 save percentage, and tonight, Fleury also just a 900 save percentage, whereas Grubauer, as the losing goaltender, put up a 930. So, if you want something to build off, some confidence, it's goaltending for the Avs. Also a positive, the special teams battle went to the Avs. It's the reason they were up 2-1 in this game. At one point, they killed off both power plays Vegas had early and took advantage later in the game. So, it's not that hard to find positives. Yes, there's an awfully big glaring issue, but a couple of corrections here and there, and it's not hard to see where the Avs are taking control of the series once again. Even in the second period, where Vegas would strike first, it didn't take that long for the Avs to answer. So let's take a look at both of these goals here. So the goal itself is a problem, obviously, but look at how easily Vegas moves the puck around the Avs offensive zone here. Even when they fumble it, they're the team that is quickly on top of it at every moment, and it's just not difficult for them to put the puck wherever they seemingly want to in the offensive zone. That's the bigger problem. All of a sudden, Pietrangelo has a ton of space up high here because the Avs have been chasing the play a little bit too much. They're able to get bodies in front, so when Pietrangelo's shot comes through, William Karlsson is able to win the positional battle, and credit to Karlsson here. With Sam Girard tying him up, he still makes a fantastic play to kick this puck up to his stick and throw it in past Grubauer. That's just a nice play. 2 minutes later, the Avs have an answer, and it's because they're able to break the puck out effectively. First, Graves skates it out from behind his own goal line, and then chips it up ahead to Belmar. Very simple, oh that's Sherwood, excuse me. Very simple play, but very effective. Instead of panicking with the puck, standing still, and firing it into bodies, the room gets created because players move their feet. Same story here. Sherwood gets it all the way to the blue line before he drops off the pass with his feet. And it stays simple. I think that's the key for the Avalanche here. They need to stop being overly cute. Belmar, gets it before the defense can close down on him. He decides to just throw this puck on net. It's a good shot, fires it low, looking for the rebound, and he fires it effectively off of the outside pad. So the Avs can take advantage. They're going to have a 2-on-1 situation on that side of the ice, and it comes right out to Soderberg, who makes it count. His first goal in an Avs jersey since coming over in the trade. You love to see it tie game. The second was the most even period of the game. Yes, I still think the Avs were quite sloppy, and it's obvious they need work on clean breakouts and getting possession, maintaining it in the offensive zone instead of one-and-done opportunities. However, that was an even period. Shots were 9-10 in Vegas's favor. Vegas on home ice, you live with periods like that all the time as a road team. So, sloppiness, it's okay sometimes. The whole of this game, there was too much of it. The second period, there was some, but not a grievous amount. Both teams probably feeling pretty okay taking a 1-1 tie into the second intermission. And then we have the third period. The Avs are the team to score first in the third and gain their first lead of the hockey game. Look, I don't think this was a particularly great goal when it comes to team-wide skill, but you take goals when they present themselves to you, and the Avs dang near stole this game. Avs' second power play opportunity of the game. They're able to win the faceoff even if it is a little bit dirty. They get it back out up high and quickly over to Rantanen. Now, this is a broken play because as this puck tries to come through, it ends up deflecting and kind of floats into no man's land where Rantanen is the one who's going to get there first, and it creates a lot of space for him to do more or less whatever he wants with this one. He opts to 1-tee it as it's kind of going the perfect speed, just sets it up and rips it, and this is an all-world shot. Just an absolute blast that threads its way through both bodies. Fleury nearly saves it, but it has just enough heat on it to get past his glove. Mikko just finds a way to get points in the playoffs. It's kind of magical at this point. A 17-game point streak with pucks like that just showing up on his doorstep, and he has the skill to finish plays like that. So, look, Mikko stays hot. On a night where the top line, I don't think, played particularly well, they still managed to find a way to produce. Yes, it's on the power play. Yes, you desperately need more from them going forward, but it's not like they were completely silent. From there, you know the story, right? A team gets a 1-goal lead in a close hockey game in the third period. It's Turtle/Lockdown City, however you want to look at it. The Avs did shift into Turtle mode pretty heavily. They were just content to dump pucks out, and that worked for about 9 minutes. It looked just fine. Muck it up in the neutral zone. Don't give them anything easy. The big thing about doing a Turtle is you can't give them odd man rushes. You can't give them breakaways. You can't let players in behind you. So my question is, how did this happen? Less than 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. The Avs have already been playing turtle style for a while. How does this happen? I just don't understand. This part is fine. Vegas gets to the blue line. Taves kind of takes a wild swing at the puck to play it here, and it doesn't work out. But the Avs should be okay. They have Graves cycling back, and Soderberg back as well. But Soderberg just doesn't read the play at all. He gets locked onto the puck, and in behind him, gets beat pretty cleanly by Marchessault. It's not particularly close. Graves has his man. Graves takes the puck. In a perfect world, maybe he recognizes the situation and stays inside of the player, so it's not a wide open passing lane from his side, but he's expecting Soderberg to cover the man, cutting to the back post, and he just doesn't. Marchessault gets a ridiculous amount of space created there. You cannot do that. You just cannot do that in a 1-goal game lead situation late in the third period, and then it just gets worse from there. As Marchessault cuts to the far side, he actually fans on the puck. You can see he tried to stuff it 5-hole. It didn't work. The puck skitters off, which leaves Grubauer in an incredibly awkward position because he had to respect the shot, but now he cannot adjust to stop this ridiculousness as the puck is going to get banked in off of his glove here, and you can see the panic in the Avs. 3 players all chasing back, but none of them close enough to do anything about this as Marchessault puts it in. Look, obviously that's a tough one. You never want to see a goal get banked in off of a goaltender. In a perfect world, Grubauer plays that a little bit better and it doesn't go in. But on the side note, the Avs also completely hung him out to dry. If there's any pressure on Marchessault there, he doesn't have all the time in the world to skate behind the goal line and flip it in. So, you cannot lose your guy. If you're going to choose to play hockey, in the way the Avs did after taking the lead, you just cannot afford to do that. It's too sloppy. And then you have the third goal, which I don't really have any problems with this goal. This is the type of goal that eventually is just going to go in when you get dominated as a hockey team. This one, there is not very much to. Vegas works it up the ice pretty cleanly. It's a pretty standard break in here. The Avs are fine. They have 3 players back to 2 charging on Vegas, even a 4th. This is not a dangerous play at this moment. But as Vegas pulls up in the zone and Stone gets it up high, you have Pacioretty cutting into the middle. In a perfect world, someone ties up Patch's stick here, and it's not a dangerous play. But they don't. And the puck comes through from the shot out high, and Patches gets the perfect tip on it. Nothing Grubauer can do. So, on the one hand, yes, the Avs found a way to lose this game by playing sloppily throughout, particularly late in the third period. On the other, it took Las Vegas a perfect deflection play with less than 5 minutes to go in the third period to find a way to beat Colorado when they brought their, D game? At best, a C-level game? Colorado has so much more to give, and Vegas is still struggling to get by them. I think anyone on both sides of the argument could sit here and pick and choose what they want. The Avs crushed Game 1. These last 2 games have been quite good for Vegas. On the regular season side, the Avs only lost 2 games in a row 3 times this year, but we've seen a game or 2 where Vegas has dominated Colorado in the regular season as well. So you can weed through it all, and the conclusion I've come to is, look, I think Colorado is a better team than they've showed in the last 2 games, and if they play up to their potential, I don't think Vegas or anyone else in this league can beat them. So I'm going to stick with my guns, and I feel confident in the Avs in Game 4. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. Check out thednvr.com for all of our playoff coverage. I am Rudo, and really, a little bit of confidence here. Trust the systems.
Avalanche time, come on, grab your friends. We're going to the playoffs again with Nate the dog and Gabe the Big. The fun isn't over yet.